G'day guys and welcome back. Before I begin, I just want to let you know that over on Patreon I'm changing things up a bit. I'm going to be adding this video, as well as all future videos, to Patreon unedited, slightly edited. Meaning you'll see behind the scenes kind of things like him bashing his tail right next to the microphone like he was doing about 2 minutes ago before I started recording this. So if you'd like to get in and see some of these behind the scenes sort of things, just join the minimum $2 tier over on Patreon and you can see it for yourself and have a bit of a giggle at my expense. The subject of today's video is something I don't think I've covered before. It's about a creator. I don't think this is a creationist video, but it could be. Enjoy.
Okay, so this video is going to be about why I believe there's a creator, why there has to be a creator.
Why there has to be a creator. There doesn't have to be a creator, but I would like to hear your opinion on why you think there has to be a creator.
Okay. Somebody named Blue Beetle, shout out Blue Beetle, asked me some questions and gave me a video to watch, and then I came to the conclusion there has to be a creator.
So you came to this conclusion from a video that you watched. I watch videos all the time. Not once when I've ordered pizza has... yeah, moving on.
Why there has to be a creator? There has to be a creator because time. So the easiest way I can explain it is, imagine an unlimited amount of days before today. So infinity, an unlimited amount of days before today. If there was an unlimited amount of days before today, today would never come.
That's wrong. If there was an unlimited amount of days before today, it would still be today, with just an infinite number of days behind and an infinite number of days ahead. Let's see where this is going. This is bizarre.
Before today, unlimited, infinity days before today, today would never come. So that's how we know it's not unlimited, it's not infinite, it's finite. So if it's finite, it has to have a beginning. So it's not infinite, so it must have a beginning. So
that's what the Big Bang Theory is all about. That time had a start, and that was about, 14 billion years ago, is a guesstimate around these days. That's not infinite, but for us it's pretty much infinite. And it also doesn't require a creator. It's rather complicated to get into, but basically time and space came into existence in a matter of seconds. The entire universe was formed. That's really, really simple. But you get the idea. Now, continue.
if it has a beginning, what created that beginning? Something must have created time, because time has a beginning, so what created time?
What created the creator? If there's a creator, that creator had to have something to create it as well. And what created the thing that created that? The whole argument that there was a creator to create something requires that that creator had something to create it. Otherwise, both arguments are flawed.
Personally, I think it has to be something outside the realm of time to create time. A creator outside the realm of time, outside the laws of time. My partner actually asked me a great question the other day about it. So he says maybe, he says, why doesn't the creator come down or whatever?
Well, that is a pretty good question, because apparently back in the day, the gods used to come down all the time and just fuck with humans, because why the hell not? They used to turn themselves into animals and do things to the humans. I'll let you imagine what that is. I want to keep this, relatively family friendly. Yeah, why doesn't any divine being ever come down and show themselves? I'm not talking about some crazy guy sitting on the street corner going, I am God, I am Jesus, whatever. I mean, why doesn't anything happen?
And time and things. And there was something about basically maybe he doesn't come down because he's affected by time when he comes down. So in his world, in his realm, in his dimension, it's eternal, so it has no beginning or no end.
So, this all-powerful being that created everything can't come down because it's affected by time? How exactly does that work? It created time, but is affected by time?
Infinite, so no beginning for God, no end for God. Maybe if he comes into our realm, he's subject to our laws, to time, and time can age him, and he can suffer the same fate that we all do.
But then it wouldn't be a god, would it? It would just be a person. And a person certainly didn't create the universe. Not that we know of. I mean, for all we know, like 20 years from now when fusion is developed, they'll develop time travel as well and go back in time and create the universe. Who knows? We'll know when fusion gets here in 20 years.
But, yeah, there has to be a creator because time exists. Something created time. Or it's a simulation.
Of those two arguments, the simulation is more likely. As I said in previous videos, one day I will get around to doing a video on simulation theory, because it is fascinating. But time exists. Time isn't something that is by itself. It's time and space. Space-time. And we experience it in a linear, unidirectional manner. There was an article a few years ago. I'll try and dig it up and show it on screen afterwards in editing, if I remember, about a particle that they discovered that was moving in the opposite direction of time. I don't know how they came to this conclusion, but that's what was said. But time is it's just time. It didn't have a beginning because that's how time is. You can't have a before time. Otherwise, the time before time would still be time. It's very complicated. I don't expect you to understand. It's also very difficult to explain without pictures and all that sort of stuff. So let's continue on and see if you elaborate on this simulation theory, because I find it fascinating.
Then it'd have to be created by somebody again, or something again, outside the laws of this realm, this dimension.
Well, that's not entirely accurate. The laws may still be the same, but the actual simulation itself, it's a difficult one. See, alright, I'll get into it. People assume that the simulation is a singular simulation, that the entire universe is being simulated. But if it was a simulation, you wouldn't simulate the entire universe. It's just the processing power required for such a thing like that is larger than the universe itself. But what if each person is just a simulation? Their thoughts, what they see, what they hear. See, all of this in front of me, even this video, could be a simulation. I could be a simulation to you. All they need to focus on, all the parameters need, is what is being seen and heard by the person who's experiencing the simulation, not the entire universe. Yes, that would require a creator, but there would still be a physical being, not a god. I mean, if you play The Sims, you're not a god to them. You don't even exist to them. Maybe one day you might, but you're certainly still not, even, you know yourself, you're not a god. Anyway, let's continue.
So yeah, that's my thoughts on a creator. If you want to know more about it, I suggest looking up even finite regression or infinite regression. It was one or the other, and that's how I kind of realised that, time was created. It has a beginning, this place. Time started at some point. Something must have started time. So yeah, take care.
That was interesting. Let's go big screen and talk more. So that was interesting. I find it hard to understand creation. It's like I've never known religion at all in my life. I don't understand it, basically. Like, why is it needed to have a being create everything? Like, we've come so far in science and technology that we now understand how everything, well, not everything, mostly understand how most things come together. There is no need for creation at all. Sure, we don't fully understand the Big Bang, but we got a pretty good idea, and it doesn't require any divine intervention. Something to think about, though. But the simulation theory, I do enjoy simulation theory. Neighbors. I find it I do find it very, very interesting, and I have many of my own thoughts on it. One day I will make a video on it and share those thoughts with you, like I did with the whole UFO thing. So if you'd like to see that in the future, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell icon, in case you didn't know that's how YouTube works. I mean, where have you been hiding if you don't know how YouTube works? And if this is the first video you're watching on YouTube, I'm so sorry. Your life must really suck. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this little glimpse into the mind of Rachie 00000. Is that enough zeros? Yes, enough zeros. As always, a special thank you to Purple Haze and Pyramid Head for their ongoing support over on Patreon. As I mentioned earlier with the whole Patreon thing, new rewards, blah blah blah. Check it out. Or not. Whatever. It's up to you. I don't control your life. Yet. Give it time. Give it time. Anyway, moving on. Until next time, friends, remember, don't be a dick. And look at him. He's not a dick. He's super cute. Super cute. Later.